Chapter 2.0 Review of Domain and Range. Domain refers to all defined inputs or X values, and range defines all the outputs or Y values. Example number 3. Interval notation of a graph. Represent the domain and range of the graph in interval notation. To find the domain of the function or the graph, so this is the graph written here, we need to find all the x values or the defined x values of the graph. So if you look at the x value, so this is the x line, this is -5, so the point, this one is -5 comma 5, and it ends at this point, which is going to be 0 comma 4. So if you pay attention on just the x value, we are not talking about the y value. The graph, we always write from minimum to maximum. So minimum value of x is going to be -5. So the minimum value is -5. And then the maximum value of this graph is going to be 0. So it's -5 comma 0. If you have an open circle, then you're going to use the parentheses, or it's defined for open circle, which is just this part right here. And for the closed circle, which is this one, we are going to use the closed bracket, and this is used for closed bracket, and this is used for open bracket. So only the x value, so x value is going from -5 to all the way 0. So it means open bracket for -5 and close bracket for 0. So -5 minimum value to the maximum value, -5 comma 0. So just that what it is now is open bracket -5 comma 5, close bracket 0 comma 4. And if you're going from x to x, you're going to use open bracket for -5 and close for 0. And that's going to be your interval for domain. For letter B here, so we can think about the domain and range. I always write the starting point and the ending point. And if it is an arrow, you have to see where it's going. On this section right here, the x is going forever, so which means that x is approaching to -infinity. And y, so for y value, if this arrow shows that is going forever downwards, it means the y is approaching to -infinity. Now the starting point is 2 comma 0 and is going -infinity comma -infinity. You're going to look at the minimum value of x. Now, for minimum value of x is -infinity, because this is going forever in the negative direction, so minimum is -infinity. Maximum value is, it's stopping at 2, so the maximum value is 2 for domain. Now, -infinity is never be close bracket, is going to be always open bracket, and this circle shows that this is also open bracket. So my domain is going to be -infinity to 2, and both of them are going to be open bracket, because this circle show that is open bracket, and this one in -infinity is never closed into a bracket or a closed bracket. Now let's talk about the range of these two functions. So for the range, I'm going to see the y value of the function. So for the range, I'm going to see what is the maximum value for y and what is the minimum value for y. So for in this case, I'm going to see that the minimum value for y is -4, and then the maximum value is 5. So I'm going to list over here. So the minimum value is -4. Maximum value of y is 5. We're going to use the close bracket for the minimum value, that is this point right here, and we're going to use the open bracket for the maximum value, which is 5, and you're going to get the interval as -4 comma 5. For the letter B, for range, Again, I'm going to now look at these 2 points, and I'm going to only look at the y values of these 2 points. So the y value minimum is going to be negative infinity, so the negative infinity, and it's going to be open circle. The maximum value for y is 0 because it's not going beyond the 0, so y value maximum is 0, and we're going to use open circle for that one as well. So minimum to maximum is going to be your point for range. So the range for letter B, this graph, is negative infinity comma 0. Next, we are going to do number 1, 2, and 3. For these 3 problems, we are going to write the domain and range for the each graph in interval notation and set notation. So here we are going to use the set notation and domain and range in interval notation. For number 1, this is the point that is 4 comma 0 and is a closed circle, so I'm going to use the close bracket, and this arrow shows that it's going this way forever, so it means it's rising up and going to the left. If it is going to the left side forever, it means the negative side of x-axis, so x is negative infinity, so it's reaching to negative infinity for x. And for y is going to go up and up and up, so it's going to reach positive infinity for y. So now the domain is going to be negative infinity, which is the smallest one, smallest x value, to the 4, and open bracket for negative infinity and close bracket for 4, so negative infinity comma 4. For y value, the smallest y value is 0 and it's close bracket, and the biggest value is infinity and it's open bracket. Set notation is going to be in the greater than or equal, less than equal to form. So x is going this way. It means that x is going to be less than equals 4. You're going to use the equal sign when you have a bracket, and you're going to just use less than sign if it's just an open bracket. In this case, since it's a closed bracket, so you're going to use less than equal to sign. For y value, again, you're going to start from 0, and it's going to be y greater than equals 0. So greater than equal to 0 because it's going this way, and in this way the y is positive or approaching to 0. For number 2, we have 3 points. This point is, this arrow shows that it's going to be negative side of x-axis, that is negative infinity, and this arrow is going up and up and up. It means the y is approaching to infinity. So the point this arrow makes is negative infinity comma infinity. This arrow shows that it's going to the right and up, which means the right side for x is positive infinity and upside of y is positive infinity. So this arrow makes a point infinity comma infinity. This point right here shows us the lowest value or lowest point of the graph. So the lowest point of the graph is negative 4 comma 0. For domain, you're going to use the minimum value to maximum. Minimum is negative infinity comma positive infinity. Remember, for infinity, we always use open bracket. For range, you're going to write the points from low to high. So the lowest point for range is negative 4 and the highest is infinity. For set notation, you will see that x value is going from negative infinity to infinity, so it's going to be all real number for x values. And for y values, it's going from negative 4 and all the way up, so it's greater than equal to negative 4. So it's going to be all real number for x, and this is the symbol we use for all real numbers. and y is more than -4, so y is greater than equal -4. For number 3, you have 3 points. This point is an open circle, so it means open bracket -2 comma 0 open parentheses. This is included, so you're going to use a bracket or a close bracket, and this is open circle again, so 5 comma 2, and it's a open parenthesis. For domain, you're going to write down the minimum value of x to maximum value. So minimum value x here is -2. Maximum value is not 0 but is 5, so -2 comma 5. For range, you're going to use the lowest value for y to highest. So the lowest value of the graph is 0 and the highest is 2. So there are same number here and here, but we are going to use the one that is close bracket. So it's going to be 0 comma 2 because it includes 2. This one does not include 2, so this one has more points than this, so 2, and it's a closed bracket. For set notation, we are going from -2 to all the way 5. So x is greater than -2 and less than 5. Remember, we are going to use the less than sign, and we do not write equal underneath because we only use equal sign underneath if we have a close bracket. So if this would be a filled point like a close bracket, then we use -2 less than equal x less than equal 5. But here we have an open bracket. For open bracket, we are only going to use the less than sign, not less than equal to. For y, we are going to start from 0 and all the way 2. So this is open bracket. So for y greater than 0, just open bracket means just a greater than sign. This one is a close bracket, so it means y is less than equal to 2. Remember, we use the equal sign underneath if we have a close bracket. Now let's do number 4, 5, and 6. Question number 4. So this arrow is going down and left, so it means if x is going to the left, it's -infinity. If it's going down, it means that y is going to go to -infinity. So it's going to be -infinity comma -infinity. This point right here is a close bracket for 0 comma 3. That's the point right here. And this quadrant or this side where the x is going to positive infinity and y is going to -infinity, so which means that this is approaching to infinity comma -infinity. For domain, you're going to list the points in interval form, that is minimum to maximum. So minimum is -infinity, maximum point is infinity, so -infinity comma infinity. Range is the lowest to highest, so the lowest point for y is -infinity and the highest is going to be 3, so -infinity comma 3. For set notation, you're going to have all real number for x, and for y is less than equals 3, so it's going to be 3 and going down, which means it's approaching to -infinity. For number 5, you have 2 points. This is a filled circle. It means it's going to have a closed bracket, -4 comma 0. This is also closed circle, so 4 comma 5. For minimum to maximum for x is -4 to 4. And for y, the lowest to highest is 0 comma 5. Now the interval notation is that the x is starting from -4 and ending at 4. So x is greater than equal to -4 and less than equal to 4. For your y value is greater than 0, greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 5. For number 6, you have the one circle. This one is -4 comma 3 and it's open bracket because the circle is not filled. This arrow is showing that it's going down and right. for the right x value, you're going to use infinity, and for the down, you're going to use negative infinity. Domain, the lowest is -4, and the minimum is -4 and the maximum is infinity. So -4 comma infinity. For range, you're going to go lowest to highest. So the lowest is y value is negative infinity and the highest is 3. So negative infinity comma 3. Set notation is going to be that x is starting from -4 and increasing its value. So x is greater than -4, where y is starting from 3 and going down. It means y is less than 3. For number 7, so this point is 0 comma 4, and this arrow shows that it's going down and left. So negative infinity comma negative infinity. So domain's minimum number is negative infinity and maximum is 0. Both are open bracket. For range, low to high, so the lowest point is negative infinity and the highest is 4. Both are open bracket. In set notation, we are going to write it down as x is less than 0. So starting from x equals 0 is going to the left or decreasing side of x-axis, and starting from 4 is going down and is decreasing. So y is less than 4 because it's going down from 4, and x is less than 0. So for number 8, the first point, I'm going to mark it this one as -4 comma 2. It should be a close bracket because it's a filled bubble or bold point, and then the height of this graph is this one here, -2 comma 2 here, and the down one is 2 comma -2. This arrow shows that it's going to the right, and up is infinity comma infinity. So for domain, you're going to get the minimum point on the left side. So this is x-axis. On the left side, the minimum point is -4 and the maximum is going to be infinity. For range, the lowest point is -2 and the highest is infinity. Sorry, I forgot to write here negative, so it's -2 again. So range is -2 to infinity, and for the set notation, starting from -4 is going into the right direction, which means is greater than -4. So x is greater than equal -4. For the y value, starting from -2 is going up and up and up, and the highest value is going to be infinity. So y greater than -2. For number 9, this is an open circle, so -2 comma 2 is an open circle. This is the lowest point, 0 comma -3, and this is the point open circle 2 comma 0. Domain, you're going to find out the minimum value of x, and that's -2. Maximum is 2. The lowest value for range is -3 and the highest is 2. And this is open circle, and the -3 is going to be the closed circle. So let me make this as a closed circle here, close bracket. And for the set notation, x is between -2 to 2, so in this area, and y is from -3 to all the way 2. So -3 is greater than from -3 and is less than from 2.